about some of the advisory trends, but of course we know this market is much bigger than just advisors, that there's a lot of players in the industry. So let's look wider. What are some of the trends that you see in the industry as a whole?
So the first big trend I see in the industry as a whole is this thing called re-platforming or upgrading, so changing the platform technology.
And why is that important, and what is re-platforming?
So re-platforming, quite simply, is an upgrade. It's taking your old IT systems that your platform runs off and putting new modern systems in place. And this is very important because putting these new systems in place takes a very, very long time. These are not small things, insignificant things. These are big things that have big impact on your clients and the way you do business with your provider.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we started this journey 4.5 years ago. And let's be honest, we thought we'd be through it a lot quicker than we were. And it was painful at times.
Oh, it was very painful. And 4.5 years may seem like an eternity. But the truth be told, from an international benchmark perspective, we've done it really, really quickly. And I do believe that we went about it the right way as Innate, by really bringing something purpose-built, something brand new to market that we know will stand the test of time for many years to come.
And sometimes if I was to play devil's advocate, you know, an advisor might say, but goodness me, you were first to market, you were the first, maybe got the first mover advantage, but actually now have you got the latest tech because you're 4 years behind? What would you say to that?
I'd say, that's the whole reason why we actually do a platform upgrade. You know, in the old days, you'd have a piece of software or technology, and it would just be one version, and it would stay there, and you'd build on it and build on it and build on it until it eventually falls over. I mean, I'm sure everyone's experienced those service failures with the platform. With the new technology that we have with Innate, it's similar to what you'd find on your iPad or iPhone. Continuous upgrades, out with the old, in with the new, making life easy and simple for you. Always the latest.
And what I love about the technology that we've chosen is the fact that you can just keep building on it. You get another feature. And if I think back to T-Day, remember when the T-Day regulation came in and everyone was scrambling, and you think back to the old standard list platform, that sucked up so much time and energy in that old tech to actually get that implemented in the 3 months we were given. Whereas within Innate, it was just one squad just working alongside all the other squads and delivered in the quarter. That's the difference. And that's the difference for advisors as well, because when you get to that point where you go to market, then it's just drop, 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 drop of new features. And that's that wonderful place we're in now.
Absolutely. But, you know, George, re-platforming doesn't come without its niggles, and I'll give you some good examples. Perhaps the best way to describe it is an analogy. It's like you're flying a plane, and now you need to work and service that plane while it's in mid-flight. And I think that's the really important thing for a financial advisor to understand when an existing platform upgrades. When an existing platform upgrades, it means we're no longer spending money on our old tech. Why? Because they want to get rid of it. It means we're internally focused, because what we've got to do is build all the new technology so that we can meet customer demands. So what happens? You see them withdraw. You see them focus really on what they need to do internally. And slowly, things start to drop from a service perspective. You know, that's really important. So if I was a financial advisor and I knew my platform was about to embark on re-platforming or upgrading, I'd start asking these guys some really tough questions. Questions like, how are you going to continue to service me if you'll be focusing all your effort there?
And what's your end service model going to look like?
Yeah.
So that's also so important, because re-platforming makes you look at everything in your whole value chain. You've got to have everything absolutely spot on to make sure you deliver the experience that an advisor is expecting.
Absolutely.
So, Mickey, when you think about the UK and some of the large providers over there that have re-platformed, it's cost millions and millions of pounds, hundreds of millions of pounds, in fact.
Hundreds of millions.
and taken somewhere between 5 and 7 years, even though perhaps at the start of the journey they were hoping for 3. Who do you know locally who might be planning to do this?
So locally, we know the likes of Momentum have announced that they're going to re-platform. I'm pretty certain you would see the likes of Glacier embark on a re-platforming process, especially with the purchase of AIMS and bringing that into the environment. It would seem, you know, for me, if I were running that business, why would I bring a business into old technology? Might as well use this to your advantage and bring in some new technology. And then we also know some of the back-end technology providers like F&Z have come into the country and have acquired businesses like Silica, etc. And so that opens the door to the question, will 91 be re-platforming? And so I think, you know, from a large player perspective, we're going to be seeing a number of the large players embarking pretty soon on this journey. And so it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, sort of how this unfolds and what impact it has on the platform market in South Africa.
Yeah, watch this space.
Line8 is a registered trademark of Stanlib Wealth Management Pty Limited, an authorised financial services provider.